For Mamira Prosper, Haiti is home, but the country she was born and raised in is scarier than it used to be.
So people were generally feeling extremely scared to even do very basic things like go find food, which is something we all must do inevitably.
The married mother of one moved to the United States years ago looking for opportunity she couldn't find here. But she comes back often since her mom and family stayed behind.
I would like to be able to live here. If Haiti was some other way, if there was an actual government that was led by people who really wanted the well-being of the entire nation, I would be here.
This country, which has struggled so much through the years, now plunged into a new state of crisis in the aftermath of the assassination of its president, Jovenal Moïse, brutally gunned down in his home a week ago.
We're shocked at the gruesome murder and the violence behind it because we realize it's an extension of how violence is just normalized in the society.
Moïse and his wife were ambushed in their home in the capital city of Port-au-Prince at 1 a.m. last Wednesday. Mercenaries killed the president and left the First Lady critically wounded.
You know, this is a president that has been contested from day one when he arrived in office.
Jacqueline Charles works for the Miami Herald and has spent the past 15 years reporting here.
Haitians want answers, and they're not getting a lot of it. They want to know how this happened, why did this happen, and who was behind it.
The mystery is deepening as Haitian authorities hunt down all of the threads of this assassination. Authorities now pointing to this man, Haitian Dr. Christian Sanon, as a key player in the plot. Sanon lives in Miami, but he's currently behind bars in Port-au-Prince.
Monsieur, c'est ABC News?
We tried to go see him in jail.
Yeah, stop that film.
In the end, no visitors allowed. Sanon has long been a critic of the Haitian government, recording this video back in 2011.
Where is the leadership of Haiti? Nowhere to be found. You know why? Because they're corrupt.
Christian Sanon.
Haiti's chief of police says Sanon wanted to take over the government, arriving in Haiti on a private jet in June, and accusing Sanon of contracting with a Venezuelan security company to enlist the services of some of the 18 Colombian men now under arrest. Also under arrest, 3 Americans, including a man who occasionally worked as an informant at the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency.
We've got Haiti, Colombia, Venezuela, and the United States all implicated. So yes, this is an international event.
Authorities raided Sanon's home in Port-au-Prince and say they found guns, ammunition, and shooting targets. Yet questions remain.
Haitian officials themselves have described this as a multi-million-dollar, plan. And Sanon, from what we did at our research at the Miami Herald, is a guy who's basically broke. Who else is involved with this with him? Who else financing this? Who's bankrolling it?
Haiti is a country that for decades has been plagued by political and economic turmoil, and the president's assassination has left a power vacuum, and the people who live here are left to fend for themselves.
The assassination triggered turmoil and martial law for days. By the weekend, people could venture back on the streets. While life here was already hard, now it is worse.
What's up?
We met this man, Francois Jean, a local shoe seller and father of 4. He said he has not eaten in 3 days.
What has life been like here in Port-au-Prince since Wednesday?
Life has been very hard. Since Wednesday up until today, I haven't made a dime. It's just today that I see that the activity has restarted, and even though it has restarted, the people don't have any money.
Mackinson Pierre agrees, talking to us while working his shoe shine station.
The country is difficult. We don't have water to bathe. We have no food to eat. We're hungry.
And what should happen here?
See how I'm cleaning the shoes here?
Yeah, if
I could find something else to do, I would do it. I'm just cleaning shoes right now. I'd like to get out of this situation.
Shortages of food and fuel are commonplace here. We ran up on this group of people crowding around a gas pump. One father told us you have to fight to find gas.
The opportunity to get gas is spontaneous. It is a Sunday. Usually it's a day when most people are going to church, and we see this today.
Helen John showed up in her Sunday best, Bible still in her purse.
I came from church, and while I saw that they were giving fuel here, I went home and got the gallons and came back and get some fuel.
Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. The island had been an extremely rich French colony, using slave labor to produce sugar and coffee, until those slaves revolted and won their independence in 1804, becoming the world's oldest black republic. However, as a penalty for breaking away, France demanded the new nation pay reparations for overthrowing French slaveholders. The debt so high, it took more than 100 years to pay off and left Haiti chronically struggling.
It just seems shocking. I mean, this comes up a lot in terms of when you look at Haiti today and all of its suffering and all of its problems, how much did the fact that it had to write that check to France pay into it?
In the years since the 2010 earthquake that further devastated Haiti and killed 250,000 people, there have been calls for France to give that money back. Those calls, so far, unheeded. While President Moïse was not universally adored by the public, his murder has horrified the population and created confusion about who should succeed him. I spoke with the new self-proclaimed interim Prime Minister, Claude Joseph. He's facing off against what remains of the Senate over who is in control of the scattered government here.
Is there a power struggle going on right now? Who is in charge here in Haiti?
I don't know if there is a power struggle. I'm not paying attention to whether or not there is a power struggle. After the tragic death of President Jovenal Moïse, I had to take charge, and I did.
Joseph has some support from the United States. President Joe Biden has refused to send any troops to the country, instead sending a team to help investigate the assassination.
People of Haiti deserve peace and security, and Haiti's political leaders need to come together for the good of their country.
Security and peace are two things most families don't have here. In recent years, gangs have taken control of large portions of the country, kidnapping and killing hundreds.
We don't have total control of our body, of our life. We have to adjust our lives depending on what the gang members are planning to do a day. This is not a life.
38-year-old Ralph Francois left Haiti just 2 months ago, fearing for his life. He says his political activities have put him in the spotlight and in danger. He organized a protest in early January.
My neighbor was kidnapped. It was shocking. I learned that I was a target.
Since the news of the president's assassination, fear has only grown.
Our president has been killed July 7 in a humiliated way in his room. So if a president is not safe in Haiti, who's safe? How can we trust a government who failed to protect us, who failed to protect the president?
Right now, the largest source of external money flowing into Haiti is from Haitians working abroad. Like most of the staff here at the Chef Creole restaurant in Miami's Little Haiti, Islan Charles is supporting her parents and children back in Haiti.
Yeah, I mean, she said it's tough. Although you send money, it's never enough. Although you send money.
That story so common here.
Last time I bring $2,000 to help my family.
We knew that it was essential for their survival for money to be sent back.
The money that I sent over there is very useful because the poverty...
See how rich and beautiful that looks?
51-year-old Chef Wilkinson Sezu understands. He's Haitian American. He sees his restaurants as an economic engine for his employees and their families.
As soon as they get paid, they're dashing out of the restaurant so they can go to a local supermarket to do a money transfer.
He says the money they send is needed now more than ever.
And I say to everyone, please do not get discouraged. Please don't lose hope on us. Continue giving us everything that your conscience and your heart will allow you to give. And with the grace of Christ, we'll be all right.
Whether that hope can break through this mountain of uncertainty remains to be seen.
I've talked to a lot of people, and I ask every single one of them, do you have hope in the future?
I have no other choice but to be optimistic. When the people who are experiencing the hardship and who are really faced with very dangerous situations continue to have hope and are always fired up for the next fight, they're also in the middle of the chaos attempting to reorganize, attempting to really bring to life their visions of what we would want for Haiti. So I only have hope.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.